that we spend time with our program managers first, and then reach out and meet some of their students and clients and be able to hear their stories. So it is really, really special. It is a new, unique weekly series that we're doing, and so it really is a special kind of thing, and new for Eckerd Connects. So we are excited about this Lunch and Learn. I hope you are. It seems like every week we hear from donors and supporters and partners. It also helps us internally just get to know a little more about each other. And so whatever you want to say about the coronavirus, COVID-19, and its impact on our lives, teaching us to use this kind of technology is pretty special. Well, and again, it's pretty neat just to see how we make lemonade out of lemons in our life sometimes, and it's just been special with this new series that we've created because of it. So with that, let me just take just a minute.
The looting, the rioting, the vanity.
And again, mind folks, as you're coming in, please mute yourself. I'm trying to see if looks like we got them. I can from my screen look at everybody's button, and I can try to mute you in some cases. Yeah, sometimes I can't, especially if you're calling in from an iPhone. But and so again, don't get too unsettled, team. If you hear we've had some great lunch orders placed during this call. So if you hear the McDonald's drive-through, don't be too whacked out. That's what Lunch and Learn's all about. So nothing too formal here. But my name is Roy Jones, and I'm the Chief Development Officer here at Eckerd Connects. I have just such a special job, one I wouldn't trade for anything in the world, and that is connecting our supporters and funders with our programs and clients. And I get to be the matchmaker, and bringing those two together, it truly is the greatest blessing, and I really view it the pinnacle of my life and career right now. Today, I'm just so honored. We're going to be focusing on our workforce programs, and I'd like to begin before we introduce our speakers by just showing a brief overview video. And so, if you'll give me 1 second, I'm sorry, it is a little clunky to do this, so just bear with me. And you should be able to see this page now. Everybody can hear it all right?
Finding a good paying job can be tough, especially if you're unemployed or lack the job skills. That's why these workforce development programs under Eckerd Connects are changing lives. 44-year-old William Ham found himself in a job that just wasn't cutting it financially. So he turned to the CNC operator boot camp training in Charleston, South Carolina, where he learned new workforce skills.
What I learned here is things that I didn't have, so I could find a better job.
And that's exactly what he did.
It got me to a job where I can afford to take care of my responsibilities and provide for my family.
That's just one of the workforce development programs under Eckerd Connects that helps adults and youths 16 and older facing challenges in life. 21-year-old Pauline Nipper turned to the Palmetto Youth Connections program to learn hands-on nursing skills and says it changed her life.
It did. I started out as a new mom working at a gas station, so it took me from working a regular job to actually being in a career that I want to be in.
The WIOA program in the Charleston area helps prepare over 1,100 adults and youths each year for careers that are in demand. It's free to eligible participants who face life challenges and want to make a change. Amanda Wagner is the operations director.
Our participants really are almost linemen. So they have the potential, but nobody's really provided the support or the guidance to show them where to go and what to do.
The mission is to help them develop goals, increase skills, and get the training they need.
If they have the desire and the will to be successful, we're here to give them the tools to do so.
And success is what Pauline Nipper and William Ham say they've found.
It gave me opportunities that I didn't have access to before because I didn't have skills.
That led me into working in the career that I have now, and I absolutely love it.
To learn more about Eckerd Connects, please spend time reading about us on our website and go to our Facebook page for the latest on what's happening at Eckerd Connects.
Awesome. Well, was the audio okay? You never can tell with this technology. So nobody was screaming at me, so I think it was okay. But again, I just so appreciate everybody joining us. Wow, just as the video was playing, over 50 people signed on, and so that's kind of fun when we're reaching 100 viewers right now from really all over the country. Our process is not unique. We email our supporters, we invite them to join us, and it's pretty fun, just seeing each week the number of supporters and program leaders that join us for this call. And so again, thank you so much for joining us today. I am just privileged. I first want to introduce Jaquan Bentley to you, and he's going to take just a couple minutes and introduce our first speaker. But Jaquan has been with Eckerd Connects in our Workforce Career Source program in Fort Pierce, Florida, as a career coach for about 3 years now. He comes to us from the juvenile justice system, working in that space, and just has a great heart for mentoring and caring for youth. And Jaquan, thanks for being with us today. Talk to us about your program. I mean, the one thing about Workforce is it is so different from one area of the country to another, even sometimes in the same state. Different offices are unique and specialize in different things. Take just a minute and talk about your program before you introduce Teira for us.
All right, and thank you for that introduction, Roy. And hey, how everybody doing? Good afternoon. First and foremost, being here at Eckerd Connects and being part of the family has been a humbling and a great experience for myself, and just being here these close to 3 years has been a great experience. I love the work environment. I love being part of the, an employee here. So thank you guys. And I see Shalonda's here. So she's one of my head ladies. So hey, Shalonda. But a little bit about our program. Located here in Fort Pierce, like Roy alluded to, the Youth Build program is a very unique program where it focuses on training skills for construction. And Teira came through the program, filtered it out, and like a lot of our kids do, and hands-on learning. So she knows how to cut wood, measure, all that good stuff. She does it all. So that's a component of our program, and we have an education component as well. Yeah, Jerry, Youth Build. Yes, education.
Let me interrupt you there. I so appreciate Jerry's comment, because those of you that have questions, feel free to use that chat box, and we are tracking that. And so we'll shout out your question for you. And so if you've got questions, just poke it in and type it into that chat room, and we're tracking those comments and can respond. You can also, again, I was talking a lot about muting yourself, but if you've got your lunch orders placed and you've got a question you want to ask, feel free to unmute yourself during any part of the conversation today, and just shout out your question. You're allowed to do that. So just like I interrupted Jaquan, you can too. So Jaquan.
Thanks for the interruption, Roy. But like I was saying, Youth Build is a very unique program, and luckily Eckerd Connects and Career Source and Indian River State College was able to collaborate on this grant and this fund and get this thing going for this community to help participants such as Teira. And just in short about Teira, from what I know the person. You know, I'm always around her since day one. You know, she was in that first group of youth build. So as long as I've been employed, she's been employed as a youth builder. So, you know, our relationship has grown, and you know, I'm very appreciative to be a part of her life and to play a part in her life. She's a very special person. She's a great mom. She's a hard worker. She's dedicated. She's probably one of the most fierce people I've ever met as far as determination and drive. Like nobody gets up and go get it like how she does, and she just obstacles come her way, and it doesn't set her back. It fuels her. She uses it as her gasoline to go farther and go harder, and you know, and I'm just grateful, and I learned a lot from her in these trying times, you know, as she is like I said, a single mom and a bigger sister and a motherly figure. You know, I've never met anyone like her, and without further ado, I would like to introduce Miss Teaira.
Teaira, thank you for joining us. Well, take just a minute, Teaira. You know, again, I don't want to throw any tough questions at you, but take just a minute and share with us your story. You know, talk about what your situation was before you got involved in Youth Build, and then just what those first couple steps were for you were like, and how you got involved.
Alrighty. Good afternoon. Can everybody hear me?
We can. Sound great.
Okay. Hello everyone. My name is Teaira. Thank you guys for attending the luncheon. When I was 19, my mother was involved in a shooting in our hometown in Fort Pierce, Florida, and she didn't die right away. It left her incapacitated for like a year and 4 months. And in that time, she left behind. I have two younger sisters. At that time, they was 17 and 15. And my 17-year-old sister had a 2-year-old son. And at that time, I was pregnant with my first child. So in the midst of all of that, I was, you know, I don't want to say dumped, but I was dumped with a load of responsibility. And I had to put my big girl pants on, and I had to get to it. As far as, you know, traveling back and forth to Miami where my mother was kept, you know, handling all the medical, the household. I didn't even know how to drive at that point, but I learned how to drive.
You had two younger sisters, right?
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
Yep.
wow.
And in that time, whatever, I learned a lot about how to be responsible, and it helped me to when I had my son, you know, to, you know how to take care of a household and be a mother, because I had to raise some kids at a very young age. So after I had my son, my mother ended up passing like a couple months after that. And so I used to always go to Career Source because I knew that's a place where I could fax papers. And, you know, I met a young lady there. Her name was Simone Champagne. I don't know if she's still with the company, but I remember she ended up moving to Georgia. And I guess she signed me up for Youth Build. I knew nothing about it. I got a text on Monday morning from Jaquan saying to be at the college at 8 o'clock. And I was like, well, I'm not doing anything. Well, what's this about? So I go there and I find out that Youth Build is a program. It was for delinquents, meaning people that went to jail. I guess if you had kids or you had some type of barrier with education or something. I had never been to jail. I had my high school diploma. I had a kid, so I kind of fit in there. So at first it was kind of weird because I'm like, what am I going to do with construction? I don't know what I'm going to do with this, but I stayed because I don't mind learning new things. So we learned a lot about construction or whatnot. And I have to say, Jaquan and Shannon, they like basically became my family. Right then and there, from the first day of mental toughness, they became my family. And our whole youth field is our family. I mean, we still talk, we still meet up, you know, all those things. I bring my kids to the office all the time. I now have 3 kids now. I have 2 kids. One, he just turned 5. His name is Dominic. I have a 1-year-old daughter named Faith, and I'm now 6 months pregnant now with my 3rd child. After I finished the
Dominic just started school, right?
Yep, Dominic's first year in kindergarten. I'm back in kindergarten this year too. We're doing virtual learning. So after graduating high school, going to college, and getting other certificates, I restarted back in kindergarten. But it's pretty fun, you know. After I did the youth build, it was another program that you guys launched, and it was through Lincoln Park Pathways, where they was hosting a free CNA class in Fort Pierce at the other IRSC Blackburn building. Again, nothing but time, willing to learn new things. I went ahead and I took the course. I graduated top of my class. I ended up getting a scholarship to continue my education. Immediately after I finished the class, I was appointed with a job where I was ended up cross-trained, not only with my CNA license, but my MedTech license and stuff. And in that time, I developed some hardships through this car that I bought from a private owner. I paid $1,600 for it, and the guy didn't tell me that I didn't know. He didn't tell me, and I didn't even know what a salvage title was. I guess it'd been in an accident, and he just sold it. It's legal to do that. So here I am stuck with this car.
But not legal to drive. Right.
It's not legal to drive. But me being me, I mean, I had to get to work. I had to get to school. I had to get places. And by the grace of God, I would get stopped by the cops all the time. And they would just either write me a ticket, but they'll let me go. So on that last time that they wrote me the ticket, he's like, listen, I'm going to save your life right now. It's either you go to jail or I take the car. I thought hard because I had to go to work tomorrow or that next day. So I was like, I can't go to jail, so you can take the car.
Yeah.
So my license ended up getting suspended. I ended up had to Uber, and with 2 kids going to work, that was just so much money. And, you know, my one job wasn't really cutting it. But then after you guys exposed my story or what it's like that, another blessing came through, and you guys called me up to meet with me. And here we are again today. I want to give you guys a little update after that. So after I received the car or whatnot, I continued to my job for, I want to say, maybe like 2 months. And then I ended up moving to Martin County for, better pay in my work field. I'm actually now an independent CNA contractor, meaning that I work for myself now. I have a tax ID number. I'm now a businesswoman.
You are official. You are official.
I am. So I'm just, waiting on this little time to go by, to get back out there and get to doing what it is I do best.
Very cool. Let me throw a couple questions at you. It's interesting. Workforce is always for donors, and we have many on the phone with us today, a unique thing to understand, because they say, well, you have a community or agency contract that pays for certain things, like the training classes that you went to. Those things are covered. But when we present special needs to donors and supporters, it's for those things that aren't covered in those contracts. Sometimes we call it gap funding or gap needs. It's the things that really help our students or clients to succeed. That, as you said, if you don't have a car, you can't get to training, you can't get to school, you can't get to work. And so we just saw that in this case as a special need. But with some of those supporters on the phone today, what do you want to say to them about what impact that car had on your life?
Oh my goodness. It was like, because that literally, like the week before, I was getting overwhelmed. Like totally overwhelmed. And Angie just couldn't hold it in. It was supposed to be a surprise, like I pull up, show up, but she just couldn't hold it in. So when she told me, I was just like, oh my goodness, like,
Well, it's not a new car, it's a used car.
it's new
A
to
lot of
me.
miles on it.
It was new to me. It rides like it just rolled off the lot. It's new to me. It's brand new. It's brand new to me. That really changed me and my kid's life. Like my son, when he first seen it, he's like, "Mommy, that's your car." He's like, "We got a car. We don't have to
I
walk
remember him
anymore."
trying to climb in the front seat, and you guys had to put him in the car seat in the back.
But yes, oh my God, thank you guys so much. Oh my goodness, you don't know how much that's been a blessing to my life. Me and my kids, actually. My son, he loves his car. It's his car now.
Of
He's waiting to
course.
get his license and drive it because it's his car now.
Oh, talk to me a little bit. How intriguing is that? So you started, and because they had a construction trade program, you kind of started there. You learned some things there, and then you moved into this other program where you kind of picked up skills that you really had a big interest in. Um, Talk to me about that transition. Are there things from the construction classes that you are applying into your new role as an independent contractor?
Well, not as much. What, moving furniture around, to make it suitable for, my clients and stuff to be able to move around. Well, what would you call it? Well, I have my OSHA 10, so that's like in safety. So certain things that aren't safe,
Sure.
or whatever it is like that, I remember from my OSHA class that it isn't safe to, have stuff. So if let's say the family has like a step, like right coming out their room or something like that, I'll be like, hey, you need to get a ramp or something. She's not, it's not safe for her to be stepping out, onto the porch like this. So
Right.
little small stuff. I tried my first assembling. I assembled felt like 1,000-piece dresser. No,
Oh,
thank you.
I can't do that either. Anything that comes with an instruction manual, I'm out.
No. Yeah. I mean, I don't know. I can read a blueprint, so if you need me to read the directions for you, I'm all for it to hand you the tools or whatever. But me, no. But it was nice to learn. It's nice to learn.
Well, and that's what life is all about, right? Is learning. And of course, I like the classroom learning better than they just uh, uh, tough lessons of life learning sometimes. But you've done a bunch of both. You've done a bunch of both. So, well, talk to me about one of the things you mentioned was some of the young people, some of the people that you went through the program with. You guys get together every once in a while, and you've developed friendships and helping one another out. Talk to me about that.
Well, I ended up doing an internship, far as with administrative assistant through like the second and third cohort, because after in mid of youth bill, I ended up getting pregnant with my daughter, so I couldn't go out on the sites or anything. So they, found something for me to do. So filing paperwork and, scanning all Jaquan's paper because he's not very much organized, but I
She's
helped him
telling
with
on you, Jaquan.
that.
She's telling on you, Jaquan.
So I was pretty much in the office or whatever, and meeting the new students from the second cohort or whatever. So I was like, I was still around. So a lot of them, would get discouraged in, the program because it's not, a lot of them aren't used to that, used to, you know, how would you put it? Like the environment of being around different people that they don't know, they didn't know how to open up or be social. Like I said, cohort 1, we was like a family. We bonded immediately. So with some of us coming in, just to, see what everybody else is doing or just to peep out the second cohort or whatever, it was like, they would see how we would interact. So they kind of, eventually came together. But yeah, I've been around a couple of cohorts. I come in and, he always asks me to speak to them and, let them know about my experience through youth build and stuff. So I always, always stop by.
But it just reminds me, I know when we presented the Success Award, um, we were there, and of course, you were like the celebrity for the day. We had news reporters clicking pictures and taking videos, and I could tell you hated it. But Angie Strickland leaned over to me and she said, "You know what, Roy? This is going to have such an impact on her peers and the other young people in the program. To think that to even know about this program, that they could apply for a Success Award." And, that's the thing that, you don't realize it when you're going through it, but your story really helps motivate other young people and our other program leaders. And I want to remind our program leaders out there, the great thing about Success Awards is they can be used in any program in Eckerd Connects, any program, to recognize a student, a client, someone that has done something exceptional, someone that has done something unique, someone that's overcame some special challenge, or some of the top performing students in a class. And so, it's not exclusively needs-based. We're looking for people that have overcome something or done something special or a top performer in their class. So if you've got young people like that, please, please, please take the time, go to the Eckerd Share Drive, eckerd.net, download the application for the Success Award, or email me or call me. We'll email it to you, and get those applications in through a special family who has put forth a 2-to-1 matching grant. We can match any gift up to $250,000. We have resources that we're able to now award these Success Awards. They can be as much as $5,000. They can be as little as $500. We usually try to identify a need that each student has, and in that application, you can actually make those requests. I'd say the average request right now is about $1,500. But Success Awards are so important, and I just want to remind our donors and supporters that are on this call today that we're not funding with Success Awards those items, those pieces of the program, our curriculum, some of the things that are funded by the agency contract. Success Awards are looking for the things that our clients need, just like Teira. She needed some wheels. She needed to be able to get her babies to childcare, and she needed to be able to get to school, and she needed to be able to get to her job. And so again, it's unique. We just approved one this morning where a foster family, yes, foster families can apply for a Success Award. They had adopted 5 children, had 2 natural, so 7 kids, a family of 9. And guess what? They need some computer technology, so we helped them with that. And so again, I just want to encourage our program leaders and our donors on the phone to think about. There he is. We were talking about you. He's grown a foot since I saw him. What, 3 months ago?
Yeah, he got a haircut.
You don't want a haircut like mine, do you? See this haircut? No. Oh, well, listen, Teira, I can't tell you how proud we are of you. I cannot tell you how honored we are that you're part of our program and that you continue to come back and mentor others and stay connected. And so thank you so much for being part of this, for sharing your story. We so appreciate you.
Thank you.
Before we kind of move on, and of course, Teira's got her hands full now, but does anybody have any other questions for Teira that you'd like to throw out at her?
I don't have any questions, Roy. This is Stanley. But Teira, you are inspiring. You truly are inspiring. I'm one of Eckerd Connects, and you are the reason why we do what we do. You are a queen. Continue to do what you are doing. You are doing your thing, and I think everybody here is just by you sharing this story. And to our supporters that may be on the line, this is why we do what we do. This is why we need support, and why we need the Success Awards to continue to be able to make stories like this happen. So thank you, thank you, thank you.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
Well, thanks for joining us today. Daquan, you need to get organized. You can't just depend on Teaira to do all your work now.
Hey, thanks, Teaira, for ratting me out.
We're just
I don't do it now. That was a while ago.
Yeah, that's fine. That's fine. You was a great help. You was a great help. I was unorganized on purpose, so you can learn how to be organized. See how that works.
It's a plan.
It was all a plan.
We love you both. Thank you so much for joining us today. We so appreciate you. Well, next, I have the honor and privilege to introduce another program to you, and I think this is one that you have not heard from previously. But Caroline Rogerson is an area manager. She started out as a career counselor with us. She has been with Eckerd about 3 years, and she now, in the Santee Lynch's area, which is Sumter, South Carolina, our workforce program there. And again, she's our area manager. She just comes from the mental health field, a counselor by trade. I do have to say she's from Clemson, and she notified me this morning that's the ACC, Roy, not the SEC. And so I think I got that right now. But Caroline, thanks for joining us, and we are so looking forward to hearing from Brandi Haley. Will you take just a couple minutes and talk about your program and maybe some of the unique things that you all do, and then introduce our guest?
Sure. First of all, thank you for having us. I'm really excited to introduce our program and Brandi to you. But as you mentioned, my name is Caroline Rogerson. I'm the area manager for Eckerd Connects here in Santee Lynch's in the small town of Sumter, Clarendon, Kershaw, and Lee counties here in South Carolina. I don't see Amanda on the call, but I do see Cal. So hey, Cal.
Hey, Cal's here, yes.
So Eckerd Connects here at Santee Lynch's operates a workforce development program for eligible youth, adult, and dislocated worker populations. And we provide career pathways and support to fit the needs of each individual we serve in our program. So as mentioned earlier, funding through the WIOA program allows participants to receive hands-on training needed to further their education in order to obtain jobs in today's very uncertain and competitive labor market. So here in Santee Lynch's, some of our in-demand career clusters in the region include healthcare and manufacturing. So a lot of our participants attend training in these fields. Some of those trainings may include medical assisting, patient care tech, truck driving, logistics, and manufacturing and welding. So it's our goal in the WIOA program to kind of bridge the gap between identifying the needs of an individual and helping them to actually reach their potential. The individual I'm here with today, Brandi Haley, participated in the WIOA program here in Santee Lynch's and has, in my opinion, received the assistance in order to bridge that gap, thanks to the generosity of Eckerd Connects. You can obviously hear from her today whether or not she agrees with me. But she has participated in a work experience at an animal shelter. She's attended training and is now talking about starting her own rescue business. So she has big dreams and has grown tremendously while she's been in the program. When referring to success of our program, Brandi is an individual that will always come to mind. I think she should be continuously commended for the dedication she puts towards creating a bright future for herself. She's become self-sufficient, and we are so proud that she represents the WIOA program here at Santee Lynch's. So I'm really looking forward to having her share her experiences with y'all. So without further ado, I'd like to introduce Brandi Haley.
Thank you so much. Brandi, will you take just a couple minutes and kind of share your story, where you were at before you got plugged into the workforce program there, and talk to me about those initial steps after you connected with the team there.
I want to go ahead and say I'm very honored to be a part of this. This program has changed my life in more ways than I'll ever explain right here on this video today. I haven't been able to find my place. Out of high school, I was dead-end jobs or jobs that weren't fulfilling for me, and I couldn't be flat. So I was have been struggling to kind of find my place. Everything has changed from this program. So again, I can't thank you guys enough, the supporters and people who run this program. Thank you, Ms. Carolyn, for believing in me. So once I was finished with my my internship in that position there at the animal shelter, I was actually given a full-time position. They hired me on, and that just really opened up a lot of things. I was able to school transportation, and so this program was provide me with that transportation and allow me to get back and forth to school. So I could obtain that diploma that said, hey, she can go do this. So that just really opened the door for me. Since then, doors just keep on opening because I've found my career path, and this is something that I will continue to work towards. So I can't thank you guys enough for giving me that step in the door. The reward program just pushed me on up there as well. I was actually living in a shed during this time. So I didn't have running water and a lot of things that you really need to try to continue to push forward. So with that reward program, I was actually able to get on my feet, get my own place. So I started off this program having nothing, not knowing what to do with my life, not having any family, anybody to help me. And you guys gave me everything. I now have a car. I pay my own insurance, my own house payments. I'm stable now because of this. So thank you. I'm sorry.
No, it's okay to be emotional. I mean, I remember when the request first came in, and Marita Shirley and I read this request, and we said, wait a minute, he's in a shed? He doesn't have a shower? You know, so many things we take for granted, and that's the thing that I see in your heart is your passion, and that I can see this is a young lady that doesn't take anything for granted, and it's obvious that award made a difference in your life. And you know, we've got donors and supporters, people that paid for that. I mean, that didn't come from a government program. That came from individuals that stepped up and helped make it happen. And we got some of them on this call today. And what would you like to say to
them? Thank you. And I feel like, and I know for sure, thank you does not do enough. Just keep on helping people because it's really amazing. I can't say thank you enough. I can't put it into words. I've said it many times. I can't sit here and explain on this little video how much has changed my life. So just please keep doing that. Please keep helping people because the way that it's turned my life around, you know, there's a lot of other people who need that. Just that little bit of help, that little bit of just somebody believing in them. And that's what y'all did. Y'all believed in me. And I want y'all to keep doing it. If you can keep reaching out and keep helping people, please do.
Brandi, you know, just the comments coming in the chat room are just how inspiring you are. You know, you've inspired us today, and I guess that was the last question I asked. What kind of impact, what kind of contact do you have with other students in the program? Are you able to share your story? Are others able to share their stories and you mentor a little bit?
I haven't really had too much contact with people, in this program. You know, I'm constantly telling people about the program because I just know how much you guys can help other people as well. I don't have any experience with anybody in the program myself, unfortunately, and I would love to. Hearing Ms. Reed's story today that was touching to me. That was really good to hear. Congratulations, by the way, sweetie, and you keep doing what you're doing as well. So that was really awesome to hear from that. I'd love to hear more stories because that's inspirational to me too. To see, like I said, this is the amazing part of this is how much you can help people. So if I can hear any more stories of that, I would absolutely love to.
Well, you two are, you know, I'm going to give you a little sneak peek. One of the things that's been on our radar screen is to launch an alumni association of program graduates. And so I'm hoping that we provide a forum for you all to network more often. So we're working on that, and it's so neat to just to see how that works. Getting a little bit of echo. I'm trying to see from who, but let's see if I got everybody. Great. Well, Brandi, talk to me about how long did the whole process take? I mean, when you first got plugged into the program, how long before you were able to, as you say, get on your own feet and get out of that bad situation and get into a better situation?
It took a little while, not too long. I'd say a few months for me to get my feet in the door good. The vets are, I'm sorry, the shelter that I work at, they've been really amazing too. So just whenever I got in the door with them, I had more people to help. It's kind of like a thing that keeps on going. So everybody there really supported me and helped me get on my feet. Just from being there in the beginning, like I said, I had a lot of support that really changed my life even before I got the actual success reward. So I'd say it took a few months. It was hard getting back. I had to get back and forth to training. I didn't have a vehicle for a long time, so I had to depend on other people, and it's always really hard to do. So it took a little while. I mean, it didn't take too long. It surprises me very much where I'm at today. I would have never guessed I would have been at when I started this program. Never guessed.
Well, that is special. I want to just kind of reach out to some of we've got so many comments coming in, and just people saying things like, your heart and your willingness to give back, help others, it just touched them. Your vision for the future for Brandi. Just thinking about where you want to be 5 years from now is very inspiring to others. You think you could have thought like that, before you came into the program?
I really didn't know what was possible before I came into the program. That's why I say, I would have never guessed I would be where I'm at right now. The possibilities and doors that have actually opened to me, never would have guessed they would be in front of me before this program.
I kind of want to open it up. Anybody on the call that would like to ask Brandi a few questions, or even just give her an affirmation. I find that's pretty healthy. Anybody at all?
You hear my voice too often, but I want to say the same thing to you too, Brandi. Like, so inspiring what you've gone through, but look where you are today. And you two are driving us. We do this day in and day out, and sometimes we get bogged down into the paperwork of it and things like that. But getting to see you all really just inspires us to keep going and seeing the faces behind what we do. So thank you so much.
Thank you. Yes, like I say, I want you guys to just keep doing what y'all are doing, because there's more people like me out there that just need that chance. So thank you guys.
And Brandi, I'm Aretha Clark. I'm actually in the Santee Lynches area where you reside, and we just want to say just how proud we are of you. You're truly a testimony, for many of our participants that we serve, and we would love to use your story to show others that there is something better on the horizon. If you just work hard and stay dedicated, you'll make it. You'll be successful. But congratulations, and we are still here for you for whatever you need to help to the next level.
Thank you so much. I'm honored. Thank you.
Anybody else, please?
Hello, Brandi. Nice meeting you.
Hi.
I just want to let you know, like, it's always light at the end of that tunnel. Like, it does. It seems so hard, I promise. But I mean, I don't know how many faith believers, but my daughter's name is Faith. And it's like, that's all I could rely on. Because I mean, things still to this day come and come and come. As long as you, keep your faith and you don't give up on your part. Because if you give up, you're just going to be in that same spot. But I just want to say, keep going. keep striving, and we have an amazing team behind us. So whatever comes your way, you put your, good shoes on and you get to it. Good luck with everything.
You didn't say shoes earlier.
Thank
You said you put your big girl pants on.
Thank you, Teaira. It is very nice to meet you too. Thank you.
This has been so special. Again, Brandi, Teaira, as Stanley said, you are two of the heroes, and you both thanked our supporters who are on this call today, and we so appreciate that. And your heart and your transparency means so much to them and us. We are just honored to have you part of the Eckerd family. And we're honored that you've stayed connected and stayed plugged into what we're doing, and please continue to do that. As Aretha said, there are other young people that need your help and need your story. And as Teaira said, the man upstairs brings these situations into our life for a reason. And so God is not finished with you yet, Brandi. God is not finished with you yet, Teaira. It's going to be interesting to see those visions for the next 5 years and 10 and 20, just to see what he's going to do. And I just want to affirm you both today. You've done something very special in our lives, everybody on this call. We'll also email the link to this recording out to literally 20,000 other people, believe it or not. So a lot of people are going to see your story. And we're just so grateful that you both have shared this day with us. And we're just honored. Thank you. I do want to take just a minute before we conclude and remind folks our next Wednesday Lunch and Learn is going to be on September 9th. We'll be featuring Dr. Chris Card, who will focus on our foster care, adoption, our child welfare programs. And so it's going to be a fun conversation. Please mark your calendars, noon on Wednesday, September 9th. So be part of that, please. For our program leaders on the call today, and we've got quite a few, next Friday is what we call First Friday. And we are really try to focus once a month as a team on fund development programs, how to minister and care for our donors, those people that provide the resources so that we can minister and care for people like Teaira and Brandi. So again, I hope you'll be part of that call on the 4th. If you need a link to the call, just email me, rojones@eckerd.org. And so that meeting is open to any and all Eckerd program and staff. And if you have a heart at all for fund development, raising money, and as I said, caring and ministering to the people that write those checks, we couldn't do what we do without them. And we view our responsibility of caring for our supporters and donors and funders just as much as we believe it's important to care for people like Teaira and Brandi. So it's a team effort. I have the luxury of being in the middle and getting to be the matchmaker, and it is such an honor. Ladies, you honored us today. I don't know what more I can say or do other than to say thank you. And I think both of you said thank you just doesn't seem like enough, but I want you to know it is enough. It is. And leave affirmed that you presented your heart. Leave knowing that you have inspired us today. And most importantly, as you walk away from this, know that today it's just temporary, because you're coming back and you're part of this Eckerd family, and you're going to be here and you're going to look for opportunities to help others and be part of the Eckerd alumni. Or as I said this morning on our Facebook post, Eckerd Nation. And so we're part of a special family. And again, we're just so honored to have you all here. So thank you for joining us today. Thank you, everybody. We'll be getting the meeting recording out to everybody who signed on today. And usually it'll take me about Friday to get that done. But thanks so much for being part of it. And join us for our next Wednesday Lunch and Learn, September 9th. Thanks, everybody. Thank you, Teaira. Thank you, Brandi. I know everybody's clapping and like me crying. So thank you so much for being part of our family.
Bye, everybody.